Welcome to ABC 123 Trader. All forms of trading carry a high level of risk, so you should only speculate with money you can afford to lose. You can lose more than your initial deposit and stake. Please ensure your chosen method matches your investment objectives. Familiarize yourself with the risk involved, and if necessary, seek independent advice. U.S. Government required disclaimer, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Trading financial instruments of any kind, including options, futures, and securities, have large potential rewards but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the options, futures, and stock markets. Don't trade money you can't afford to lose.
Alrighty, good morning everybody. This is Mike. It is January 10th, 2023. It's about 8 minutes before the open. Let's start taking a look at the futures today. So what we're going to be looking for is, I was going to do a video yesterday. I've been under the weather the past few days, so I just shut her down. But I guess it was a good market day yesterday. So what we're going to look at is we're just doing a minor pullback here. Also, what we can see here is, let's see what they're saying on the news. Powell stresses need for Fed political independence while tackling inflation. Like, these guys are really wrecking people if you don't understand what's happening in the large game. You know, they always play with your money. They make, they try to do that fear and greed factor. But let's just see on the technical side exactly what's happening. So at 10 o'clock today, there's a wholesale inventory report. Nothing major. We'll see how big the volatility is. And it's going to show it's that volatile. So there's really not much happening other than everything burning. The world's burning. Okay, so, but yeah, Coinbase dropping 20%, whatever. It's everything there's getting a minor pullback here. And we'll take a look at the technicals now. Okay, so what I want to teach you, and I was trying to do it in yesterday's video, but like I said, I was a little bit under the weather. It's what you have to realize, and I'm going to start it right from, how much might I have before the part? 6 minutes. It's going to be a rush then. That's okay. What I want you to realize is, if you look, I keep on stressing, at a long time frame and work your way back, then you can actually be hopefully on the right side of the trade or the better edge. I'm a scalper, as you know, if you look at my videos, so I just make my few $100 and walk away for the day. That's how I enjoy it, because I like my lifestyle, so I don't have to sit hours and hours on the computer. But if you're trying to learn how to trade and understand the fundamentals or the technicals, then this is what it's going to be about a little bit today. And I did do a video saying it was going to be punching up, and sure enough, it did hit these levels when I had my markers before. But let's go a little bit more detail. What I want to do is I want to go originally to a monthly chart. And while this thing's grinding up, you'll understand what I'm trying to get at here. And I want you to get into the headspace of thinking that you are, let's say, an institutional buyer, or my markers are still there from the last video. An institutional buyer, or let's say you had all the money in the world and that you have to figure out how to move this money. And this is what it's about. And the key is if you look at month by month and seeing exactly what's happening. When I started videos last year, and I really kind of cut her off, but you can see we had this huge pull down for about a year. And if you're looking at the bars, if you really look at it, big drop, another big drop recently. And you can see where areas of interest are going to be. And if you, on long term, so if you look at just these 2 wicks here, I'm not going all 3 there. For 2 months, this is where they've been fighting. We know this is when we get back to this level, that's going to be a point of resistance. Same thing here. We did a big drop. We'll have to fill in the gap. Holy, that's right, because I had it on monthly. And look at all these little mini order blocks within them. Let's go here this way. Now you can see. Whoops. I hope I didn't wreck it. Okay. Let's move it back to here. let's just do the major ones. Just in a month, you can see the groupings of order blocks. So we have all these ones, but then now you have one major grouping. If you look at it again, you've got another kind of major grouping here, another major grouping. And if you look at the wicks, if we actually, right here especially, and this is where 945 is, we're up here, we know probably within this region, where all these order blocks are, over and over and over again, that's going to be an area of interest where it is volume point of control. And look at all these order blocks, and there's a gap, order blocks and a gap, order blocks and a gap. So if we know from here, from maximum, from here to here, another big gap from here, very close, it got up to, let's see where it finished up to. So they like this one for pulling up more stops, but we know it's going to get to this next level. I'm going to, yeah, we'll put it where the wick is right now for the month. So we know these are the areas they like. And here again. So we know once we break that level, we might have a good runner here. This level here, between here and here. And so we're playing within that zone now. See how she's almost tapping? This is monthly though. So now we got some areas of interest. Now what we can do is we can go to weekly. We have 2 more minutes before open. That's okay. And if you look on the week, look at this. We had resistance here, so we know within these 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 3 here. Let's do this again. 1, 2, whoops. Let's do this again. Where is the blind point of control? Go figure, we're in the right zone here. So let's delete these. I don't want too much noise here. So within 3 weeks, we know if it does push down, we're going to be hitting another bottleneck here. This is the area they have to break. So if it does push down, you might have some gaps, some bounces here. 1, 2. These are all the 1 hours. This is the 4 hours. So it has to break the 4 to the next 4. So we know we can be bouncing, but eventually we can get down to 10,900. And since we have all those levels, we know that. Let's go to the daily now, where I was. And we're in a buy phase, so even though it's pulling down, and we have this huge gap here between point A and point B, and now what we can do is we have 1 area of interest, 2 area of interest, 3 area of interest, but what I'll do is I'll look at the grouping. So these groupings connected to these groupings, see, way back here to here, and we're just breaking through. And did any of these pass through? We don't know, but this will be aligned with the sand right here. And let's go to the 1 hour chart, or I'll go to the 1 hour chart for now. Just to take a look. Break her down. And now, since we have all this volume here from the 1 hour, so look where all the volume point control is. So if it does push up, now, let's see if it gets up to this zone, retest again, and maybe sell off down to our regions again. We'll find out right away. So now let's go to the second chart. It is supposed to be pulling down. So my biases might be able to go down. But look at all our levels of resistance. Let's open this up. We have an order block way up here, way up here. We have points of control, but we've been playing with all these. Let's see if there are any big ones up here. Way up there. Now we're in the micros. And then what we'll do is we'll look at our trade map. So 943, let's see if there's a snip, and maybe this is our run here, guys. Let's see if we can do a pull down or a pull up, and away we go. We'll find out if it's following that. And what we can do, let's just invert it for now. Come on, invert it. There we go. Let's see if it will do the, following this pattern, down, up, maybe 943, and then there's our sell off. We'll see if it goes either direction. And we're already at market open. We'll let them play for a while. Let me reset my volumes here. We'll go from there. See where we are right now. Lots of volume pumping in. So maybe it looks like it wants to punch up. And then we can take a reversal. We'll give it a couple minutes to play out. And We've got a resistance at the 200 level. Is there a market maker? The most current market maker. Most current market maker is right here. You can see the line right here. Ah, that's crazy. No, market maker's right here. We're right in the market maker, sorry. This is the market maker. I got too many lines going on right now. So this is where the current market maker is, if it can break through. So they're trying to break through, and if it does, we know we have to hit this resistance. And we're watching the volume punch right up, maximum volume on that level. It's around 1,000 contracts, and maybe it'll turn around here. We'll just give it a minute or two. And 994, 95, and I'll go from there. Other than that, now we go to our trade map. We know exactly what was happening. We get back into here. What I'm going to do right now, because I have it too noisy, as you can see, because I was trying to show you the MACD scan. So on the MACD scan, what I'm going to do is back scan. Just want to turn down the opacity because it's just too bright. 5%. And then what I'll do as well, on the see it through, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the bars so I can get my my volume bars in. My volume bars. And also, of course, I always say I like my buy sell activator, and I'll put it to a 4 so you can see it. Now what I'm going to do here, there, let's do that. Now we're cleaned up. Good enough. Now we're going to find out if it's going to be pushing up until top of the hour, or until 9:43. We've already crossed on this zone. So that's basically a buying opportunity. But we're breaking the order blocks. They are pushing up to, we haven't got to the first Fibonacci. So what you can do is, I'm going to do it really quick here. I'm just going to put it, let's see if I can just scalp a few bucks. Let's get to the 36 level. So now I'm at $115. I got the first Fibonacci number, just because I got late into the game. And what I'm going to do is, while this thing is pushing up, and as you can see, we've got high volume blue right now. Okay, high volume blue, lots of blue actually. They're pushing hard. Yeah, they're pushing really hard. Because I got a little late in the game, about 4 minutes in. But let's see if they can get up to maybe the 171. We're going to see if this thing is doing the second wave. Because see, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. Yeah, this one is like chasing a trade. I just wanted to scalp, $100 or whatever. But now what I want to see is, once this thing gets lined up, I want to see at 9:44. At 9:44, if I can get to an exhaustion pattern on volume for this thing to turn around. Because this thing just took off right away. And I was a little late to the game for doing this video. So what I want to see is I have high energy pumping up. I have some volume going back and forth. We're moving at 28 points a minute really fast, so that's why you can scalp really quickly. And I'm watching this exhaustion pattern. And what I was trying to say is, on the fundamental side, now if we take a look, this does look noisy, but whatever. This was the sell opportunity for this zone here. And then we got our buy opportunity coming back. And this thing just shot up like a, right to the top. But what I want to know, I'm just going to create a new chart here. Well, let's just put a 5-minute one, good enough. See, it just took off wave 1, wave 2. So now what we need is, we've got to fill in the gap here. Fill in this gap possibly. That's a big region though. We have to wait for the next bar, where the closing bar is, then we'll know for sure. But what we need to know, how high up did it fill up? So basically what it's trying to do is it's trying to fill in this gap right here. Okay? So let's go to the region here. From there to there. Basically I can technically short, oh it's too late now, but I can actually short this. Let's see what the volume is. See, it was trying to fill in this gap. Once it comes here, you can actually take this the sell side to the other side, but we have two gaps to fill in. So it's kind of back and forth, back and forth. We'll just give it some time. I want to wait until 45 after. Let's go to market open. Market open, market open. So we got that grouping here. This is the one we have to watch out for. This would be the first phase, second phase expansion. Here, there's a grouping right here, so control 3. Let's get to this grouping here, see where we are before it takes off again. So we got a marker right here if it does take off. And you can see the tap here to the volume point control. So we might have one more gap to push up. And then you can see where the prior high is, so it might even get the high without a crash. We don't know yet. Okay, so I'll just hold off for now. Bing, bing. Okay. So at 9:35, there's supposed to be a sell-off here. But I think it's going to be the 9:44. We're going to watch this marker here. Now this one is so extreme, this kind of sucks. But we'll give it some time. We're out of, actually right now, we're out of the 70% zone. So from here to here, let me see here. Yeah, we're out of the 70% zone. 9:35 is actually holding quite well, but we're going to give it some time. 6 o'clock mark worked, 8 o'clock failed, 8:30 worked amazingly, 9:35 is holding. But the energy is pushing up. This energy is pushing up. We need this to curl down. And we've got, we've got short-term high energy, so we have to let it come back here. It might actually drop down the volume point control. Let's see if it taps here. If not, we can actually go for it. I'm just waiting for something to turn around here. Although 8, are we getting selling pressure? That's the question. We still have buying pressure. So just give us some time. Let's open up my bars here so we can see the color codes. So we had high color, high color, high color, high color, less color, exhaustion. Then kind of increase, and now there's no color. And what I mean by that is you're looking at the color codes of the bars. When blue and yellow are my favorite colors. And then now we wait. We're just letting it see if there's going to be a second wave pop here, because we got our first red. We have the trend tracker here, which we have to break. We're within the 60% zone. We can actually make it a target here if it keeps on failing. And I'm just watching, see if there's any aggressive sell volume here. This thing is starting to curl, but I haven't seen the big curl yet. The wicks are coming, and what we can do is we can get to at least this level here. Just watching it fight for a while. And then we can probably take a second trade right away here. Just waiting. We're at 440 right now. Okay, let's go for it. Now let's see if we can get some points down here. 225, there you go. $310 and we're done for today. So I did my $310 run really quick, 2-3 second hit. And this is what I look for. It's, I watch price action. I'm watching the time. We probably can't even go farther, but we're hitting these certain sweet spot zones. It needs to fill in this gap, and see the reason why I cashed out is because I'm hitting this point. And I knew I've been trading for so long. What I look for, if I'm scalping for $300, I'm done. 2 trades, okay? I did one really quick one just to grab some points up here to get to the top. I was too late in the trade because of my video. And then I was coming down, I'm watching price action. And so what happens is we have high volume, we have high volume, we have high volume, we have high volume, we have exhaustion. Because blue is high volume, wait, no exhaustion early in the thing, high energy. And so as you can see where it tapped, and it's going to keep on going down to volume point of control. Here it could actually do a bounce because we have a lot of volume here, or it can go back to market or back to the market open. And so it's just starting. And then at 9:44, this is where I would personally wait to see if this trend goes. And if it does go, then you've got a nice 15-minute run back into this volume. That's it, guys. So other than that, if you have any questions, you can email me. I'm done for today. This is my morning. I started talking at around 20 some after 9. Trying to educate you guys, and I'm done at 40. Other than that, pinpoint your trades, trade safe, and you guys have a great day. Take care.